Hello friends, colleagues, and fellow Texans. My name is Don Frazier and I headed the subcommittee telling the Texas story on behalf of the Texas 1836 project. I'm happy to report that we have delivered a product. You actually have had it to read now for about a week. And we were really looking at creating a pamphlet, something more than a pamphlet, something less than a booklet, that would be distributed to anybody that comes through a Texas DPS driver's license office, be they a 16-year-old native of San Antonio or a 60-year-old newly arrived Texan from somewhere on the West Coast. Essentially, we were tasked with coming up with telling the Texas story in a way that would be accessible, somewhat entertaining, and educational. I think we've achieved that, and here was the process. So we started out with an outline, and my colleagues on the committee, you know Robert Edison, you know Mac Woodard, and you also know Carolina Krim. They said, great, Don, you do the outline, and then we'll take a look. They all checked the outline, thought that was a good place to start. So then I built a narrative off of that outline and distributed it to my colleagues. They all took a look and they made some recommendations for changes, additions, some deletions and subtractions through two different rounds of distribution, two different rounds of editing. So the document that you've had a chance to review now is actually a distillation of that process. It's version 3, and it's a pretty strong version, I think. I was really grateful for everybody's input. Mac Woodward actually put in some stuff in there that corrected some of my errors. Of course, Robert Edison also did the same thing, helped us out with some of the dates and some of the things that fall within his realm of particular expertise. Carolina Krim really came back in and added a lot more in the Spanish and Mexican and indigenous stories to the copy. And at the end of the day, we've got a really nice document that we're pretty proud of. And we hope that it delivers the kind of educational payload that was envisioned by the lawmakers that came up with this legislation, that advanced this bill all the way into law. And we believe that we have crafted a telling of the Texas story that will survive scrutiny from across the state. I think it incorporates a lot of different elements that people were hoping would be in this story, but feared may not make it in. I think we did a pretty good job. I think it's fair, I think it's approachable, and I think it's above all honest. So that's the report on this, the process and this delivered text. I look forward to everybody's input. I look forward to seeing what your impressions are. I know there's going to be some typos. I know there's going to be some other noun and verb things that need to be addressed. I believe our friends at the TEA are probably, we're playing to their long suit when it comes to actually being able to copy edit and make the prose really shine and be very, very clean. But we also need to marry this text up with what I would consider the canon or a canon of Texas imagery. And I think that we have plenty of options at hand that are all in public domain, either from the State Preservation Board or other state institutions. As far as the design of the pamphlet, that'll be the next phase that we go into once we agree on what the copy looks like and what the images are. I am a big fan of what the Texas Historical Commission has put out in the past. I think they make really, really pretty pamphlets, and I think that this needs to be the kind of document that is visually appealing, really visually stunning, so that people are proud when they receive it. They'll be happy to have somebody hand this to them as a gift from the people of Texas to the new people of Texas as they go through the driver's license process. So that's our hope, that's our vision, that's been our process, and that's my report. I've asked Mac Woodward to essentially serve as my proxy in case there's any questions, but really anybody on that subcommittee. We're talking about Robert or Carolina or Mac. Any of those can answer any of those questions. I'm sorry I can't be there in person. I am currently away, and I'll be back in time for the next meeting. But if there's anything I can do going forward, I look forward to being of service. Thanks, y'all.